What's good, everybody? It's your boy Andy, aka the Retro Slasher, and I'm back at you guys with a brand new Blu-ray update video. It's been a little over a month since my last update. That one being the post-holiday update. Um, yeah, so I'm back with a brand new one. This is everything I got in the month of January and the first couple weeks of February. I figured, I'll keep doing these update videos. Really, I'm enjoying doing them again. Figured I'd upload maybe like every 4 to 6 weeks type deal. Yeah, so let's get right into the shit. I'm drinking a malt liquor, King Cobra. That shit's good. They didn't have any 40s. They only had the cans. So gotta make do with the cans. Nothing better than movies and malt liquor, I say. Yeah, so let's get right into this shit. First thing I picked up is actually not a movie, but it's a premises around movies, and that is the brand new book from the man Quentin Tarantino, Cinema Speculation. I was browsing in Target for something completely random, had nothing to do with movies or anything at all. But of course, you go to Target, you gotta look in the movie section, in the book section, and this is a book actually I've been trying to chase down for a while. I went to like 3 Barnes and Nobles, and they didn't have it in stock. And complete luck that day at Target, I found it with a 30% sticker off, and I had a coupon because I'm a Circle Card member or what, I don't know. So I got this for a really good price. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but still a few more weeks left of winter. Maybe the snow one day, and I can get some pages turned in this book. I'm looking forward to checking out Love QT. I spend a lot of time listening to his podcast at work, so can't wait to read his writing and check it out. But yeah, so let's get into the actual Blu-rays now. Books for nerds. No, I'm just kidding. First thing I picked up here is a movie I always loved as a kid. One of my favorite sports movies of all time, and that is Blue Chips, starring Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, a few other real life basketball players. I've always been a big fan of this movie, even though the acting's kind of sus. But it's Shaq, come on now. But yeah, it's kind of a realistic story about like college recruitment of basketball players and athletes in general, and it's a real interesting movie, and I've always been a big fan of it. I used to watch it all the time, like on HBO or Showtime, one of those channels, and glad to finally own it. Got it for a good price, used. Yeah, that's Blue Chips. All right, next up here, I picked up the collection of the first 7 Saw films, which I believe there are 10 Saw films now. Holy shit, 10 of them. To be honest, I've never been the biggest fan of the Saw films. I've grown to appreciate for what they are a little bit more, but it's been a few years since I've sat down and watched the Saw film. I can't wait to revisit these and see if my opinions, especially on the later sequels, have changed, because some of those later sequels are just kind of silly and gimmicky, but that's why it's hard. You can say the same thing about any franchise, but yeah, can't wait to revisit these someday soon in the near future. I have to get the other 3 films. Spiral 10, I don't know. There's too many Saw movies. All right, next up here was my number 2 horror film of 2022, and that is The Sadness. Really great Asian infection film. I watched it on Shudder. I remember hearing about it online, people praising it and saying, "Holy shit, this movie's amazing!" And they weren't lying. I was not disappointed by it. A fucking brutal, insane, just fun film, man. It's great shit, man. That's why it was my number 2 film of last year, and I can't wait to revisit it. I actually found this for a really good price because it was starting to get a little hard to find. Like, it was even sold out by the companies that put it out and stuff. It was out of stock on their website. And I found it on Diabolic DVD of all places for $10, I believe. And I was like, oh, I gotta grab that shit. I've been trying to chase it down for a few months now. And yeah, that's The Sadness. Check it out if you haven't. It is streaming on Shudder. But cool to own the Blu-ray of it too. Stuff keeping the Asian cinema thing going here. Go all the way back to the year 2015. My number 1 film that year was Train to Busan, and yeah, I picked up the 4K because ironically the 4K was cheaper than the Blu-ray, and it's a film that I've just been putting on for buying for a long time because it was literally like streaming on every streaming service, and yeah, and for some reason now the Blu-ray is like over $20, and the 4K was 13. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get the 4K. I have a 4K TV, might as well use it. Yeah, really fun zombie infection film. Really emotional too. It really kind of messes with your emotions, especially the ending. Great film. Can't wait to revisit this. It's been a couple years or so since I checked it out last. All right, next up, the next Mortal Kombat animated film in the line of Mortal Kombat animated films. This makes three of them now, and this one is Mortal Kombat Legends of Snowblind. Big fan of the other two. This one doesn't disappoint. Great animation. The first 5 or so minutes of this movie is just bonkers, so gory and bloody. Definitely lives up to the legend of Mortal Kombat, and their gore and over the top kills and violence. Fun film, man. Check it out. Great story, kind of an alternate dimension type story. Kano's actually the bad guy, and Kano's kind of like one of the worst Mortal Kombat characters. A lot lesser known villains or characters in the Mortal Kombat universe in that movie as well, which is pretty cool to see. All right, next up, DC animated film is Battle of the Super Sons. I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. The animation just seemed kind of off in it. They kind of got away from like the 90s Batman animated series type animation, and I don't know, just one just didn't sit with me right. I don't know. The story's okay. I mean, Justice League turns evil, and the Super Sons got to save the day. Typical superhero shit, but I don't know. Wasn't the biggest fan of this one. Not gonna lie. Right, next up from Vestron Collector Series, a double feature of The Dentist and The Dentist 2. Dentist, I always remember we got it on VHS from a closing video store, and I used to watch it all the time. It's just a cheesy, so bad it's good 90s movie. I was a big fan of it, and I'm glad to finally own it on Blu-ray. These Vestron releases are really cheap now. Got this brand new for $12, and I remember when it first came out, they were $30 a pop, and now you're getting 2 movies for $12. Hopefully the Vestron label keeps going. There's still a lot more titles I would love for them to put out. So yeah, and keep them at that price too, and I'll buy more of them. All right, next up, a genre film that I'm very weak in, and I don't know much about, and I'm looking forward to diving into and get my feet wet in. And that's the Western genre. I picked up a newer film, Western, that being a Magnificent Seven remake, starring Denzel, Chris Pratt, and Ethan Hawke. I heard mixed reviews about this film, but I'll definitely check it out because I like all the actors and whatnot involved, and the director. Yeah, so can't wait to watch this. I've been doing like these theme months. January was like martial arts and kung fu films, and February, of course, being Black History Month. Watching a lot of blaxploitation films, and I figured March would be a good month to do westerns in. I don't know why I picked March, but it sounds good. So yeah, we're gonna do westerns in March. And so I picked up the remake of Magnificent Seven, which means I have to pick up the original version. Yeah, a lot of people say this one is one of the best ones of all time. So I figure it's what's a good place to start with. Then with this one, like I said, I'm not really knowledgeable or know anything about westerns, or gonna pretend that I know anything about them. So that's something I really grew up with. I know a lot of people grew up with their grandparents and stuff watching it. Just something I always was not interested in. But as a film lover and whatnot, I figured I might as well give one of the biggest genres a watch and start watching some fucking westerns, and because a lot of films that are considered all-time greats. Yeah, so can't wait to check out the Magnificent Seven. All right, next up here, I picked up Escape from Alcatraz on Blu-ray. Sorry, it feels like somebody's watching me. Escape from Alcatraz, starring Clint Eastwood. A film I've never seen before, believe it or not, and can't wait to give this a watch. Yeah, I know it just got recently announced for 4K from Kino, I think, but the Blu-ray here I got for brand new for like $5. Couldn't pass it up. Yeah, so another film, first time watch coming up soon. And a whole bunch of first time watches coming up. I picked up this Clint Eastwood box set. 7 films for $20. You can't beat that. Like I said, I've never seen any of these films. I picked it up mainly for the westerns, though. If you're gonna watch westerns, you gotta watch Eastwood westerns, I suppose. And this set contains 2 mules for Sister Sarah, Joe Kidd, High Plains Drifter, Coogan's Bluff, The Beguiled, Play Misty for Me, and The Eager Sanction. It's separated. This one has 3 westerns and one has 4 thrillers. So yeah, gonna be diving into some Eastwood films soon, real soon. Right, next up here, I picked up Massacre at Central High from Synapse. I've never seen this film before. Can't wait to watch it. Hear a lot of good things about it. Yeah. It's cold. All right, from Shell Factory, picked up Deadly Force starring Wings Hauser. Seems like a cool little cop thriller film. Picked up a double feature of Naked Vengeance and Vendetta, woman in prison movie and woman revenge movies. Sounds good to Andy. So yeah, can't wait to watch these out. Watch these. If you check them out, let me know what you guys think about these. Next up, Shell Factory. I picked up Bury Me an Angel. Seems like a woman motorcycle revenge film. Can't wait to watch this. Yeah. All right. Next up here, Charles Bronson, the man, the legend, in The Evil Men Do. Now, I've actually seen this movie before, but I must have seen like a cut version of something because I watched the unrated version. This release has both theatrical and unrated versions, and I do not remember half the shit in this movie that was in it. The whole opening scene of this is just brutal and disturbing. It's a great film. I love me some Bronson. Can't ever go wrong there. These are all kind of controversy titles, including that one, because Shell Factory likes to put a lot of site exclusive releases out now, and they're really expensive. So I bit the bullet. I got 3 of them. Obviously, I have to do it with Bronson because it's Bronson, but definitely want to check these out too. Maybe I'll do another Kung Fu martial arts month later in the year, and I'll watch Black Belt starring the man Don the Dragon Wilson. And I also picked up Blood Fist, starring Don the Dragon Wilson. Right, next up, I was listening to a podcast at work, and it reminded me of one movie on this double feature. But I've seen both these before, and I remember liking them. You forget about some movies like this sometimes. I didn't know this was from Shell Factory when I bought it. I got it used for a good price. I could have bought them each on separate discs, but when I get them on that one disc, and then saves a lot of room on the space, and it was actually cheaper to do it this way. So, like, yeah, can't go wrong. And that's A Walk Amongst the Tombstones and Nonstop. They're Liam Neeson movies. You know what you're getting into. He plays the same character in every fucking movie, but A Walk Among the Tombstones is pretty dark and brutal. And Nonstop's just a fun, airplane hostage movie. Yeah, great thrillers. Check them out if you haven't. Right, next up from Arrow. Watched this film for the first time last night with my girl, actually. She actually liked it because she doesn't usually like these type of movies, but this one was fun. It's a good film. And Switchblade Sisters, a film by Jack Hill. I believe this is the film that inspired Kill Bill, or the character inspired Uma Thurman's character in Kill Bill. Yeah, it was a fun 70s movie. I enjoyed it. It was real fun. Kind of cheesy too, a little bit, but I liked it. She liked it too, which was good because, like I said, she never likes those type of movies. Next up here, a movie that I've been seeking for a long time. I totally forgot that Arrow put it out a couple years back, and I'm glad I finally picked it up because it went right with the theme of January, and that is Pray for Death. This is just a bonkers, fun, revenge, action, kung fu movie. Yeah, fucking great, man. Some over the top fighting scenes and unbelievable shit with guns and flying in the air, and it was fun, man. Yeah, I highly recommend this film if nobody's ever seen it before. It's great. It's gory. It's got a lot of blood and pretty mean spirited. The villain in that movie, he's a real dick. All right, talk about over the top, fun, goofy movies. I picked up the Executioner collection. I only watched the first one, but holy shit, that movie's fucking bonkers. I'm not too familiar with some Sonny Chiba films, but I figured this might have been a good place to start. It was a new release and whatnot. Artwork's sick on it and whatnot. And they sell you with neons. But yeah, like I said, I only saw the first one, but it's a fun, cheesy, fucking action, kung fu, martial arts movie. All right, that does it for Arrow. Next up leaves me with Dark Force, Code Red, and Scorpion, whatever. They're all the same to me. Picked this up from Diabolic DVD when I got the Sadness, so I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But it's The Farmer. The premise of this movie sounds bad shit, bonkers, and fun as hell, right up my alley. I heard some good things about it. Yeah, so I can't wait to give The Farmer a watch. Never seen it before, but yet again, some more revenge films. Sorry, my cat. That's what I'm hearing behind me. Okay, next up here we got Forced Entry. Yeah, the title kind of explains it all. Yeah, I picked this up for a decent price. Don't really know too much about it. I just know it's supposed to be pretty nasty. Could be wrong, but yeah, sounds right up my alley. And last up here, I picked up solely because it said his last house on the left on the train, and there's another movie like that. But I picked up Terror Express. Yeah, from Code Red, Dark Force. Yeah, like I said, the back here really says last house on left on a train. So, sold me on that. Can't wait to give this a watch. I'm thinking about it. Hopefully, this isn't the same as the other movie on a train, the Italian film, under a different name. I don't think so. But yeah, if it is, oh well. But no, this isn't the same movie. Hope I don't know. If it is, let me know. Can't think of what yet. No, the other one's set on Christmas. This doesn't say anything about Christmas. But yeah, Terror Express. Can't wait to give this a watch. So yeah, that does it for this update here. I'll be back again in a few weeks or so with a brand new one. Got a couple things pending in the mail, whatnot. You know, Dale being a collector, and sometimes shit takes a long time to get here. One movie in particular that I've been waiting for since my last update still hasn't come, but whatever. It'll get here eventually. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, check out the link below. I have a letterbox. If you guys have a letterbox, follow me on letterbox. You see everything I've been watching lately. A lot of things that I don't even collect up because I watch a lot of streaming stuff too, and doing a lot of interesting watchings of different types of films. So yeah, follow me on letterbox. Link will be down below. Leave your comments. Give a thumbs up, I suppose. I don't know how. It's been a while since I do this YouTube channel. I don't know how it works anymore, but I'll see you guys in the next one later.